Alright, so today's video is going to kind of be like, I don't really know where this is going. Right now, I'm going to the Junkyard with Colin because I'm trying to get a oil cooler housing, and then I'm probably going to order a oil cooler online somewhere, like a better one than the OEM one because I heard there's shit. So yeah, right now we're going to the Junkyard, and I might record with an iPhone because I don't know if you can record with big cameras in the Junkyard. So alright, so now we're on an iPhone. Come to find it, they got exactly what I need right here. I'm about to go ask how much they want for it. I'm on eBay around 150, so I'm about to see how much they want for it before I go pulling it out.
For both of the hoses, the cooler and the housing is $240 before tax. The best that I can do for you is I could make it for $200 even before tax.
What makes no sense to me is they said $200 for the lines, oil cooler, and the housing. And then I asked how much just for the housing. They said $80. That makes no sense. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and grab the housing and then get an aftermarket oil cooler. All right, so we're balls deep in this N54 at the moment. Trying to get this off and get out of here. Zero idea how to do this. I'm just gonna break a bunch of shit till it's off. All right, so me and Colin are back from the Junkyard now, and they actually kicked us out because they closed at 5 and we were still working and we didn't get it out yet because there's a bolt that's like super stripped. I have the very highly requested install for the rear camera on the Apple CarPlay, and probably just like a little update on it because that video kind of went nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna put my car in a second, but in the meantime, I bought a new tool chest for work, so I'm gonna get that all prettied up real quick and set it up. The reason there's like 9,000 boxes is because we've got a beach house and that's like all the furniture for it. All right, so I know I got the ugliest color known to mankind. Orange, shout out orange juice, she's still my favorite. But yeah, it's all Harbor Freight had, and I don't really care because it's only for work. Yes, sir. All right, so she's finally done now. They gave me like 9 quadrillion keys for it. So watch this, I can go like this. Hey there, gorgeous. Got the camera right here. Comes in this nice little box right here. A wire. This is a wire. Wire. And then the actual button with the camera. So I was getting a lot of people who were curious as of to where I get them to sell them on my website. The guy who does all the Apple CarPlay stuff hit me up like a month ago or so. And that's how I got all linked in with the CarPlay, and that's why I made the video. And so for people who are asking where it all comes from, to be honest, I don't really know. This other guy is managing all of that. There's a couple other products like that on my website where I have somebody else managing it. Just to clear that up, that's all that is. For everyone who bought a head unit, I figured out that this is the best settings for the music that I listen to. So I have 4, -2, -7. And I know having the bass on -7 seems weird. As long as you have your regular car, like the regular BMW interface, as long as you have the bass all lined up in there, -7 is still like sounds really good. And that's what I've been using, and it sounds perfectly fine. And another thing that I had to fix was when you hold down menu and you are prompted with this, the old interface, you can go back. If you guys have yours zoomed in and it looks all funky, make sure you go to setup, and once you hit factory settings, the password is 1368, and then it lets you in on these settings. So all you have to do, if your regular BMW interface is messed up, just go to model selection, and if you have the same as mine, it's this one right here, the 8.8-inch full screen. So that way, whenever you swap back over, if you ever do, it's all fit it right, and all the dimensions are the same, so make sure you do that. All right, so now it's the next day. I went back and got the oil filter housing. I got this. I actually did go ahead and grab the oil cooler, and then there's the other part with all the lines on it. Actually, what ended up happening is they initially said $200 for all of it, and then when I pulled it, there was a bolt that was like super difficult to get off. In order to get this bolt off, it was so stripped up here that I literally had to break it, but I broke it to where the gasket still shouldn't leak. You see it right there. I got new gaskets coming in tomorrow, so I don't think any of it's gonna leak, and they actually did wind up giving it to me for free. So I only paid $80. That was the pricing that they told me for the, just the oil cooler and the line. So they gave me that for free, which is nice. So that's actually all gonna be part of the next video you guys will see. All right, so luckily, all you gotta do for this install is take the screen out, which is just these 2 T10s. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is pop this out right here, this piece out right here, so I can run the wire down there. So literally all you gotta do for that is put a flathead in between here and just pull this out. So now that gives us a spot to run the wire. So the goal is to take this really bunched up cord right here, same on both sides, so it doesn't really matter which end you do. So these are the 2 ends that you'll get, and the goal is to shove it in here and get it to come here. All right, to make your life a lot easier when you're doing this, I would probably pop this piece out just a little bit so that way you can kind of see what you're doing back here. I don't even know if y'all can see me, but this just scared the shit out of me. 3 deer just cooling right here. I was able to get this like grabber tool thing from here to like right here. I tied the knot where the cable is, and then I'm just gonna pull that all the way through. All right, so now that we got this long cord ran all the way through here, you want to go ahead and plug it into the port that says DVR CVBS right here. This label one, TCDCVBS. Who the hell knows what this does? I'm sure a lot of people know what this does, but I don't really care because this is the only one that matters. So you can go ahead and unplug your battery for this. I know a lot of people do. I'm too lazy, so f it. This, everything actually behind here is all done, so we can go ahead and put the whole head unit back. And just in case you guys were wondering, this does say I bought this reverse camera to see all the 5.0s that I gapped. I think that's what it says right there. Yep, yeah, that's what it says. Got all this back all together, and this wire ran out the side just like this. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and remove this entire piece, just so that way it's better for when we want to run this wire down all these plastic trim pieces, just like that. So that way you can run this kind of down right here. I think I'm just gonna kind of like push this trim out the way. I'm not gonna fully remove it just because you don't really need to. This trim right here is gonna have to come out. And all you gotta do for that is just pull up. Just like that. Just run her down, Captain. Alright, so I have all this wire tucked down through here. I just took the rest of the wire and threw it in the back seat. So all I'm gonna do now is put this panel back right here. Alright, now that we got the wire pulled all the way to right here on this piece, the next goal is to try to get it to the seat right here. You don't actually have to take this whole thing off, I don't think. I think you can get away with just putting it under here. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip these seats off. So you just gotta pull up real hard. It's just 2 tabs on there. Comes out like that. There's a bunch of bullshit in the bottom of mine. You want to go ahead and get this one out as well. That's just another tab that you pull off. That came out weirdly easy. We'll just go ahead and route this through, tucking it under here, and just running all through the bottom of this. Alright, then once you have it to this point where you have it ran through here, you want to then pull it behind this seat belt here and then get it going behind this trim part. And I'm gonna keep mine high because it's got to get to that top right part of the trunk anyways. I'm gonna tuck all this wire really high up in here, leading us to right there. Get it going from up top, and then we want to get it through that rubber fitting through the trunk, obviously, so we can run it to back there. But when you're working in the truck, I recommend probably putting the latch to lock, so going like this, because your light will be on the whole time if you don't do this. All you gotta do is just take a flathead and push that mud trucker in there, boy. Hey now. Picking up from where we last left off, all we're gonna do is run it through all this. You don't even gotta remove anything, just kind of throw it behind there. I went ahead and removed this part. You just gotta use a flathead. So this is the way we're gonna get the wire through here to the latch. So in order to get this piece to here, there is a hole. Show that right there. Yeah, this one. Hey, there she is. I got this pulled through here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull all the slack. I'm gonna remove the other part of this rubber hose. Alright, so what I'm actually gonna do before I run the wire through here is I'm gonna go ahead and take off this whole gray trim piece, which you can just do with the flathead. It's just a hella tabs, so it's not that hard to figure out how to do. Whoever had this car before me was doing some sketchy shit. I swear to God, someone got shot up in this bitch. What the hell? Oh my God. You can't convince me that someone did not get shot the f up in this car. How does that even happen? There's like 2 gigantic holes. Blick, blick, blick. Someone finger blasted my fucking trunk. I looked up what people do online, and I guess all I gotta do is just cut this bitch a little bit. Oh, don't do it that much. You just wanna cut it, not that much though. Probably about a 1/4 inch. So once you have the 2 cuts done, then without running it through this hose, you just want to get it in here, and then you want to get it up to this top part. So again, you're gonna need something that comes down and picks this up. I connected 4 zip ties together and just push it up through here. It was kind of hard going down, so I'm gonna do it going up. Would you look at that? All right, so now we got this routed all the way through. So now this one, for example, is good. So all you gotta do is just shove the wire in the little cut, put all this shit back. And I did use 3 zip ties to make it a little bit pretty. It's not the best job. All right, the next step is we're gonna try to get the actual camera mounted in there before we continue with this wire. Grab the end of each one of this little white thing and just pull this shit off, just like that. All right, and then you want to go ahead and take like a flathead or something, or like a trim remover. Just go in here, and this shit comes out really easily. There's just one silver tab up top and then on the bottom, so all you gotta do is hit one and that bitch will come out. Just gonna unplug it, and that one is out. Then you want to grab your new one with the camera, push all this stuff down in there, make sure it's all pulled through. And then this blue and black one just goes straight back into the OEM wire. Then you can just go ahead and throw this back in. Now we got the camera sitting in there nice and pretty, just like that. We got these 2 wires hanging down. These 2, and in your box you should still have this along with this. When you do it, you're just probably gonna be hanging out here. So there actually is a pocket right up here. So if you push it up through here, and then there's a pocket here to get to here. It goes right by the OEM gunshot blow right here. And then there is no way to conjoin these two. So luckily this is all hidden by gray shit. So I went ahead and installed this white panel back. Obviously the yellow goes to the yellow here, and then this black wire is gonna go right into this red port. I'm not even gonna install this in mine. If you want to, you can. I don't really think there's any need for it, but if it blows up, then I'll probably should have put it in. I'll let you know if mine blows up. All right, so it's days later now. I didn't really have much time to work on it, but I know this video is kind of all over the place with like days and stuff, but I finally figured out how to get it. So, and I'll probably Photoshop up a little picture to show exactly how to do it. So starting with the head unit, behind there is the same. So the only thing different is the red little pigtail coming off the yellow thing up front. Do not plug that in anything at all. Completely leave that alone. And the yellow one will go into the DVR one, not the CBS. And then don't mind all this wiring like craziness. When I get these products, before I sell them on my website, the person who helps me get the product from the manufacturers gives me no instructions, so I literally have no idea what I'm doing. For you guys, you will have this right here coming back from your camera to this. With this one, the red side, you're just gonna plug that in, which is in the harness, and then you have the red and black wire. So the black wire, you're gonna wanna run to this wiring setup. You will not have all these butt splices, obviously. Yours will be fine. You're gonna wanna run your black ground wire off the red one to this brown one, the all brown one, not the white brown, not the blue brown, the all brown right here. So that's done for negative. With positive, you're gonna wanna take the red one. The other wire that you wired up from the front of the car will be right here. So you're gonna take the red pigtail off of that. And what I did to make it easier was I actually just took extra wire. So you wanna put these two together. The red off this and the red off this, put them together. So that's what this is right here. You don't have to do this. This is just what I did to make it easier. I ran another wire, 12 gauge wire that I had. And then here's the craziness. This is what you wanna wire your red wires back here into. It's the yellow and brown wire that goes to your tail light. So I did a lot of trial and error on all this. I finally got it to work, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean it all up. All right, so it's all back together. So now I'm gonna take it on down to the school and then try out the reverse camera. I'm here now, so pretty much this is how it works. Just obviously put it in reverse. There she is. Don't mind the clicking. I gotta replace the freaking bushing, but it goes with the wheel, which is really nice. As you turn this, that turns as well. And I don't have parking sensors or anything, but you do get the option to add a couple different like things. So, and you can also calibrate it by clicking left to right with these arrows to get it so it's straight on. But you can click that, which is pretty nice. So that's pretty much full lock. That shows you what full lock is. Shows you like how far you should back up, like where your rear bumper is or something. I think I'm actually just only gonna keep mine like this, really. I think that looks the best. That's all I really need. But yeah, like I said, I don't have any parking sensors anywhere or anything. And then also with the reverse camera, the little trunk latch where the camera is, it has this rubber thing on it. I took it off because I think it's kind of like cheesy. So I took mine off, but the mirrors don't do much in this car because they're really small. So I never really use them. Having the backup camera is gonna be great. I'm actually glad I did that. If you guys don't know, all this is gonna be available on my website. So you can check the link in the description. Sorry, I haven't been really uploading much recently I've been busy with this new job I have, but I'm really trying to get to a point where I can upload a lot more. I mean, I have a bunch of ideas. I just have like a jam-packed schedule 24/7, so I really got to find time for this. I wish this was my only thing I ever had to do, because then I would just not stop make videos. But unfortunately I have school which is ending soon, and I have a 48-hour-a-week job, which is very time consuming, obviously. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to follow me on social media, check out shopwebbies.com, and catch you on the flip.